Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? You can hear me. Please say, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yes, I know you can hear me, Pratibha. Good to have you on the show again. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
let's let's see if we have anybody who can hear us from the other side.
I didn't share this link yet.
Yes. So while we're waiting for somebody to indicate so, let's first of all share
Mm.
this on our pages, on our Facebook page, if you don't mind, Pratibha.
Yep, I got it.
Okay, hold on a second. I'll do mine. Hello, everybody. Hi, Stephen. All right, so they can hear us. Now we know we are not talking to ourselves. All right. It's a
All
great
right.
day. Yeah. So, welcome everybody to another episode of The Morale Booster with John Ughulu. The Morale Booster is a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. Experience, they say, is the best teacher, right? So
Yeah.
this program is currently being sponsored by Mainseed Consulting Group LLC. For bookings, adverts, or sponsorship inquiries, please send an email to us. You would find our contact details currently being displayed on the screen. And before I introduce our very powerful and influential guest for today, I want you all, especially those of you who are watching through through Facebook or YouTube, to please share, like, and share this video because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest for today is an entrepreneur. Her name is Pratibha Day. She's an entrepreneur who turned her pain into her purpose. She has been trailblazing with resiliency on her podcast, Chai Together, as it's flourishing into a business. She's a marketing graduate at Walden University and looks forward to replacing her paradigms. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome to the virtual stage Miss Pratibha Day. Pratibha, thank you for
Thank you.
joining me on the program.
Namaste.
Awesome, that's great. So I hope you're ready for today.
I'm ready.
That's great. I love that. So Pratibha, yeah, can
Yeah.
you please tell us what exactly Chai Together is? What is it?
Mhm.
What do you do there?
Yeah. So when I was on prior, when it was just starting out in the summertime, I was on, and it was strictly, mental health based, but now I'm outgrowing that. So it's simply just sharing your story of overcoming, whether that be, for example, when I asked you to be on it, you said it's not your niche, but it can be because your story, I believe it was about your father, right? Where one of your parents wasn't around. So even that can be a story you can share. So something you've overcome and something that was a challenge that you learned from, not strictly just people with physical impairments. So it's really about a mental health journey. Every single person has mental health to take care of. Mental health does not mean you have a mental illness. Okay. So a lot of people have a misconception that when you think of mental health, they think depression, anxiety, but those are all the negative things. They're not thinking like positivity or,
Right.
mental resolve, mental stability. It means to have, that focus. Like, how's your mental health? Like, you could be really focused, but most people just go straight to the diagnosis, but it's not about that. So my channel, instead of being like depressing or just focus on the serious stuff, you can also talk about what do you do now. So my guests share, okay, they went through this situation, they came out of it, their business they're doing now, or coaching. A lot of people are entrepreneurs, right? As my
Right.
guests. So that's the great thing about it. It's like, what are you doing now? We're not trying to stay stuck in that, state of mind where you were in that challenge, but to be
Right.
able to tell your story without, emotionally captivating you there and staying there. It's about overcoming it. So
All right,
yeah,
that's
that's what I
awesome.
do.
That's
Yeah.
great. I like the fact that you've been able to break it down because,
Mhm.
like you said, when it comes to mental health,
Yeah.
a lot of people just they assume it's the general word. I mean, the general word for mental illness,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that awareness is awesome.
Hmm.
Is great. So, but
Hmm.
how far are you? How far is it going? Is it
Hmm.
impacting lots of lives? Is it doing as well as you
Hmm.
anticipated from the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, I never had expectations. I just know I'm consistent with it, something I do on a daily basis. So we released our first product. So this is my Chai Together mug. And if you
Oh,
want
okay.
one, you can reach out to me for details, but it's a 15-ounce mug. And I actually created my own logo. So this is hand painted by me. And then I send it
Oh,
off to the web designer. But yeah, so this is my first product. I'm going to be releasing more products, but yeah, my group, has about 700 members in it. People are very active in my group, very supportive. I've grown a community. I truly have, but that comes with consistency and discipline. And I talked about that the last time I was on. So it's been maybe 2, 3 months, and we're in the 4th month of Chai Together, 5th month. And
right,
I can honestly say I stuck with my word when I said I'm determined and disciplined and consistent to do it, because I'm still doing it and I do it even more. You know what I mean? So
right.
it's definitely grown. My Facebook page has grown, and I'm going to be transitioning it onto Anchor and other platforms. But really, my focus is to get the message across. I'm not so worried about the different platforms. I just want to do it now, and then I can release it elsewhere. But I like to just take action now. So
Right, right,
that's
right.
me.
That's great. Taking action, that's
Yeah.
paramount. And I want to say thank you for all that you're doing because mental health
Yeah.
is a major thing that we must look into, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so you are a motivational speaker. At least you are a protege of the great, legendary Les Brown. So, what
Yes.
made
Yes.
you choose motivational speaking?
All right. So the motivational speaking came about, I said this in my speech when we were at your Mainseed Consulting Summit, which those of you who didn't go need to go, because I would definitely go
Right.
again. I'm not just saying that. He didn't ask me to say it. I don't
Yeah.
go and do anything I don't like to do. Anyone who knows me, I'm very strict with my boundaries. I always say to
Right.
John, but it's really fun, and you should definitely make that investment to go. And again, he didn't ask me to say this, so I would go again. So the motivational speaking started, when I discovered Les Brown 8 years ago, and I was in the suicidal ideations, and clinical depression. That's when I discovered him, and I said, everything that I've been through, I want to be a motivational speaker like him, but I was never able to complete it because of my mental health was so poor, right? And now, overcoming something that shook me out of that emotional impact that Mr. Bob Proctor talks about, I was able to wake up and take action and not stay in that depressive mode. And I'm able to accomplish my goals now because I stepped into my power. So that's how I like to look at it. And, I started speaking, but honestly, my niche is interviewing people and Chai Together. That is my niche, because I do it naturally, and people have told me it feels like home. So there's nothing better rewarding than that for
Wow,
me.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to have something you can rely on in terms
Yeah.
of mental
It's mine.
stability. And I must say you are
Mhm.
a very powerful person, a very strong lady, because I know you just graduated from college, right?
Yeah. Now I'm in graduate school. Yeah.
Right. So
Fast. I
how
move
were you
fast.
able so how were you able to balance, the
Yeah.
mental health challenges
Yeah.
and the school? How did you make that happen? Because you know what? This
Mhm.
is very important. There's so many people out there
Mhm.
who are going through similar challenges, but
Mhm.
they still haven't gotten a way around it. And for that, they
Mhm.
are holding themselves back. They've not been able to step into their greatness. Please just let us know how you were able to manage
Mhm.
doing, achieving your education. It's difficult. I know you don't need to tell me that it's challenging. How do you do it?
Okay, so right now at this time, my graduate school hasn't started. It's online and
Okay.
it starts on March 8th. So my schedule will change where I may do less of Try Together. However, that's a priority and school is my priority. Those are my top two. Everything else comes later.
Right.
This is what I need to be doing. But how do I do it now? Honestly, I'm slowing down now to where I'm really narrowing my focus because I too, and I'm not perfect, and I didn't have it all together. And I found myself, being a new business owner that I wasn't outsourcing. So now I have a
Right.
team and I am outsourcing that. So, creating your web page and doing the math for your business and, having products, packaging, selling them out. All of this and my mom having a mental illness, I found myself to be in a stressful place where, I found myself in tears. So I'm not perfect. I don't want to come on here and seem like, oh, I manage it all greatly. I don't. I also go through things on my own and take time for myself, time alone, because Try Together, it's something I enjoy doing. In order for me to do that and complete school in a positive way, I have to be good within. So yesterday, I took a day for myself. So yeah, that's what I had to do. But other than that, how do I do all this? I don't have a job. So I'm able to do these things that I love to do because I don't have a job. I earn from affiliate marketing, I have a network marketing business I'm part of that I'm hitting the higher rank. So I'm proud. And yeah, and I'll be very frank, I earn unemployment from when I was a teacher. So these are the things how I'm able to align myself and do everything I do is because I don't have a 9 to 5. And in order to be full-time in anything you love to do, like if I had a job, I wouldn't be able to do Try Together like I do in morning, evening. I would have to settle, and I don't want to settle. So I have to create those multiple streams of income so I can do Try Together even more in the future, so I
Right.
hope
Right.
I answered
Well,
it.
yes. So basically, you were able to prioritize. You
Yeah.
saying you currently don't have a job. A
No.
job is different from, being employed is different from being deployed.
Yeah.
You are currently being deployed for your destiny,
Mm-hmm.
for greatness, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who are going through challenges,
Mm-hmm.
they feel that they have a condition that is unique to them in terms of mental stability, and they feel that they cannot do anything else other
Mm-hmm.
than, first of all, get themselves out of their depression. I know everybody needs help one way or the other. So
Mm-hmm.
what I always encourage people to do is to seek help
Yeah.
whenever they feel help is needed. What do you think about that?
Yes. I mean, in the past 2 days, I spoke with our mentor, Mr. Ian Harvey. I spoke with Demetrius Moyer today. It's like you need that support. You have to talk to someone. You have to let it out, whether that be a therapist or someone else. So I have completed my 9 months of therapy. So now it's like to more so rely on and build trust with friends and share my thoughts than just a therapist. You have to step into the next level. If I were to just stay with the therapist, I wouldn't be able to build with other people because I'm only sharing with my therapist. So the step is, get professional help, but also what can you do on your own? It's mental health, right? It's a broad spectrum. There's so many severe to mild things that you may have. I don't know what that is for anybody, like I said last time, but it's all about, getting the help you need, whether it be, seeing a free counselor or getting a one-to-one therapist or group therapy, or maybe just calling a friend and having someone listen, because that helped me a lot personally. Yeah.
Great. I love that.
Mhm.
You asked the question, or you
Yeah.
encouraged people to always ask a question. What can I do on my own?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things one can do, but like you just said, you just completed therapy, which means things like that are paramount. When you feel, I know a lot of people who say they cannot go to therapists. They
Yeah.
cannot visit therapists because they feel they know more than the
Mm.
therapist. So what's your
Oh.
advice?
Oh no, that's ignorance. You can
That's
never
it.
know more. You know, you can always read more in books. So there's a book I'm reading now called The Body Keeps the Score. It's about when the trauma is trapped in your body, those things that cause PTSD and triggers. And one thing I learned is, you know, low income houses have the most psychiatric medications. Like my mom is on Zyprexa, which is an antipsychotic, and most low income families tend to have that. I believe, especially low income children have the highest rate of taking psychotic medications. That's because they are low income. So the industry, it's a system, right? It's a setup. So they provide them all the antipsychotic. It kind of kills off the person's personality and makes them like a zombie, you know, where they're just shut down. That's what they want. You know, it's not curing the issue. It's putting a Band-Aid on it. It's not, you know, disclosing the root of the problem. Medication is just like sugar coat, you know, like you add sprinkles on top of ice cream, you know, but the top taste, but the rest is plain. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, it's like, it's sad when I heard that, you know, just because someone's poor, they give them the highest, you know, amount of antipsychotic medications because poor people aren't educated. They don't know any better. You know, these are the things that need to be talked about. And, you know, children under the age of 15, specifically in India, but here too, they commit the most suicides, you know, and they're on antipsychotics. And it's like, there's just so much going on that when you find out the numbers, think about the number. And it's just, when you think about it, it's so big, you know?
That's true. Yeah. That's true. It is. You know, now talking about the level, you know, the level of depression going up right now, especially because of the COVID-19, the level of depression has increased, the level of anxiety has increased, the level of domestic violence has increased. So, I know you are not a therapist, and
no.
You know, so that's, I'm doing a full disclosure for you right now. I know you're
not a clinician or anything. No, from just experience.
Right. So what's your, other than having people go to a therapist, which of course we advise and encourage.
Yeah, that's what worked for me.
Yeah, great. So what other things would you like to tell people to do to stay calm?
To stay calm, so, you know, I follow Sadhguru. You definitely should take his inner engineering program if you can, which is a 7-day meditation. But there's also on YouTube in general, you can look up, you know, breathing exercises. And I don't do these myself, so I'm not going to disclose it, but you can find different ways to breathing. I know there's the one with you hold your pinky and you breathe, and all different ones, but those ones actually, you know, they reoxygenate your brain. Hopefully you pronounce that right. And, you know, it really brings that calmness in a time where you're not calm. And also there's a tapping method that you can find on YouTube for anxiety. These are, you know, your tapping points, you know, your shoulder and stuff. And you just say, I feel anxious right now, but I fully accept myself. Or, you know, there's, this is a semi-hypnotherapy, you know, hypnotherapy. So this is a semi-hypnotherapy exercise. You can, you know, take your hands like this to your chest, and you can close your eyes and go back to a place of trauma that you have when you were a kid. Maybe somebody hit you, or things, harder topics like rape, or, you know, anything. And you can think about that and hug that child and hug that part of you. And that's a semi-hypnotherapy way. You know, but the simplest thing, honestly, is writing, you know, like journal 10 minutes. I learned this from my own therapist, that don't go beyond the 10 minutes. You don't want to go back into that dark space, but you just want to write a little bit every day at a time. But honestly, the simplest thing you can do for yourself is to just be. That's very radical to say, meaning like it's sudden, right? Like you hear about radical forgiveness. And Colin Tipping, he's really great with that, for those who don't know, on YouTube. But so to do something radically is just to let it go in the moment. Like, I release myself now from, you know, being a victim, and that's it. You just never look back, but not everyone's able to do that. So, you know, to just listen to your breath, like breathe, you know. Even I learned this even when I was, you know, motivationally speaking. It's like I didn't breathe enough, and I learned from speaking more that I have to breathe more. You can pause and then speak.
Right. That's good.
You know, I said a lot.
No, right. I said that's correct. You know, those are great tips. You know,
have to breathe more.
Yeah, right. So for those who are still listening to the program and watching via YouTube or Facebook,
Mhm.
it's Pratibha Day. Please remember to like and share this video, because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has
Mhm.
been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. So Pratibha, you have a non-profit project. That
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we just brought it to a close. So the Give a Phone, Save a Life. Is
yes,
that
give a
yeah,
phone,
so
save a life.
yeah, the money has just been donated to 4 students who now will have a cell phone for their education during the pandemic. Of I think it's a total of over 60 altogether, but I help fund a few of the children. So I'll be receiving photographs of the kids. Now they can go to school because of people donating, like John Tellerico and a few other people who donated. Hi, Pele. Yeah, so that means a lot to me because it's poor there, or people cannot afford that. I gave a child a cell phone to get onto Zoom so they can go to school. I feel like there's no better feeling, even if it's 10, 15, $50, like to USD makes a lot of impact there. So
Right.
I feel really happy. So that money has been, so that is closed. That project has been closed out. So whatever I do from now on in the future will be strictly Chai Together based. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So basically, the project was directed to children in India.
India. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there was a child, she was like a top student and she committed suicide because
Oh,
her family, yeah, she killed herself because her family didn't have money during the pandemic for online education. So Aryan Mishra, he's the one who guided this and he's still doing it, but I'm just no longer going to be a part of it because I want to start something my own for Chai Together, not collaborate at this time. And so he's still doing it where he's providing phones and laptops. If anyone wants to find out more, they can connect with me. But so that's what I took part of to collaborate in to help the kids.
wow, wow. Well, thank you for
Thanks.
your service. Thank you for your service. It's
Yeah.
wow. That news just broke my heart. There's so
Yeah.
many people out there who are struggling with different things in life.
Hmm.
And to you who is out there listening to us, all you need to do is to have, if you know anybody who is struggling, just seek help, refer them to us, refer them to people like Pratibha, myself,
Hmm.
and we would be able to do what we can to help them. And for that person who is currently thinking of taking his or her life, no, that's not the best approach, because there's more to life. Whatever you are going through in life is not unique to you alone. There are people who have been through that
Yeah.
route. There are people who have experienced worse than you have. Suicide is not the way forward. That's why Pratibha has put together Chai Together, so that
Yeah.
you can hear from people who have experienced a similar thing or even worse than you have experienced.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Pratibha?
Yes. So, we're told not to, it's good to not compare, but yes, I do feel there are cases that are worse and that may help you realize that, oh, I don't have it so bad after all, to not take your life. And honestly, the challenges will pass, whether it be 1 years, 2 years, maybe it's even been 12 years for me. It was, almost my whole lifetime, but I was able to overcome it. You just have to keep going to get to the point where, God shakes you up or whatever you believe in and you can
Right.
overcome it. But I promise you that if you don't quit on your life, it will get better, because look at the things that I'm doing. I never would have imagined, collaborating with Mr. Les Brown, meeting you, meeting other people. If I had stopped, I recently interviewed Mr. Brian Dawkins, and that was really amazing and it was really humbling. But imagine if I had to commit suicide, would I ever have that opportunity?
Oh, you would have lost the opportunity.
That's what I'm saying. And to go to grad school, I'm the first one in my family generation, from what I know, to go to have a master's degree. And I want to do my
Wow.
PhD. But my parents didn't go to school. So this is very important to me. The opportunities this country has provided me being a citizen, people have things to say about this country, that's fine. But I know I lived in Thailand and it was very poor. And I come from India, which was, poor in its setting too. So for me to be here and make a difference and take the opportunity and get my PhD is going to mean a lot, because people don't have that chance. So I'm doing it on the behalf of people who never get to do it. People kill for this. People
Right.
want to be in our place, and people who are in our place want to commit suicide. It's very opposite,
That's true. That's true, Pratibha. Thank
Yeah,
you
people
so
will
much
kill
for
to
that.
come here.
Yeah, that's it. That's the truth you just said,
Yeah, from
So,
other countries. Yeah.
yes, you're very correct. And a
I
lot of
know.
people don't understand the importance of living where they are to
Yes.
just to see what's happening on the other side of the world.
Yes. Very poor.
Yeah, I recommend traveling
Yeah.
as much as you can, because
Yeah.
it broadens your horizon. It
Mm-hmm.
gives you that sense of, you will be grateful when you go to certain
Mm-hmm.
countries, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I lived in Thailand. I washed my clothes by hand.
Yes.
I didn't have American food. The certain places it's not convenient. It's manual work, manual labor. You have to do it yourself. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, I get that. I
yeah.
get that.
They have
Yeah.
floods, different things, flooding, big rainfalls, cars drowning. Like other countries have that,
Right, right. That's it. That's the importance of education. I'm not talking about education like the university, college. No. Educate yourself by learning things you do not previously know. Traveling, it broadens the horizon.
Mhm.
Well, okay, so that takes us to the next one. What do
Mhm.
you think about networking?
I'm the source mama.
I
So
know.
So Michael Baptiste, my mentor, who I also collaborate with, he calls me the source mama because I'm not the connector, but I'm the source mama. But I
The
have been
source
told
mama. Yeah.
I've been told by Mr. Cedric Short that I'm the John Tellerico in the woman form. So,
Right.
but I everyone is a networker. I just want to say that, you're networking every day without realizing. You don't have to be in marketing or be in a company. When you go get your hair done somewhere, you tell your girlfriends, that's networking, and then they go to the same place or for nails or anything, and every single person is a networker. And whether you want to monetize from that is up to you. But I know that I'm going to take all the opportunities I can, because I'm here today and you can just be gone later. I'm here right now, but you don't know what's going to happen to me later. So you just have to live in the now, and that's all you could do. Yeah.
That's true. You're very correct. A friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
traveled to Nigeria for the you know the Christmas and the New Year
Oh, yeah.
celebration. And on his way back
Wow.
to Atlanta, like last week, on his way to the airport, he was attacked by kidnappers and he was assassinated. He was killed.
Wow.
The reason why I'm saying this is because you mentioned something. Nobody is going to get out of this life alive. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Every human being was conceived in the womb and would one day end up in the tomb. But how you live your life in between
Mm-hmm.
is what really matters. So what you just mentioned resonated with me. We all have to make sure we utilize every moment of our life, not just to utilize, to impact others, because that's what we are created for. Am I right?
Yes.
We are created to impact, to make an impact.
Wow. But
Yeah.
that happens in other countries, even here, but it's not as talked about here. But yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, but
No,
definitely
it
Thailand
happens.
too. Oh, it happens. India all the time. But
Right.
people should be grateful it doesn't happen at every moment here in this country,
Yes, they have to be grateful.
Yes.
And this guy is an American citizen as well. He's
Mm.
American and he's Nigerian. On his way to the airport, that's some few days ago, he was assassinated and killed. So basically, what we're saying is
Yeah.
make an impact. We were all created on purpose for a purpose.
Mhm.
We will always one day end up in the tomb, but we don't know when,
Yeah.
but make an impact. So if you're still listening to the program via podcast or watching through YouTube and Facebook, remember to like and share this video.
Mm-hmm.
It won't cost you any money. Just take it as the charity work you are going to do today. Share the video. It might not resonate with you today, but it will resonate with someone out there. Definitely. So
Mm-hmm.
please do that and be happy with yourself for just saving a life. Am I right, Pratibha?
Yes, and smile, because one day you won't.
That's it. And
You're gonna be
smile.
looking like dead.
Yeah, smiling is therapy. It's free therapy,
Yeah, and laugh.
That's good. That's great. That's great. So where do you see Chai Together in 5 years' time?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be on TV. Are you kidding me? Hello, Oprah is my friend.
Oh, Oprah. I hope
Yeah.
you're hearing. She's
Yeah.
coming for you.
You know, I met Stedman before. I had lunch with Stedman when I was 19. So I met her
Oh.
boyfriend. If I could meet her boyfriend, I can meet her.
Oh, okay.
You never
okay.
know.
That's true.
And
You
Tyler.
just have to set your mind towards your goal and take action. It will definitely happen.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely grow Chai Together. I want more visibility, and I would love to be on TV. Why not? Why not me, right? Great things are supposed to happen to me.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So I see some people here, giving shout outs to you. Let's see who's there.
Go.
Hey, Pele, how are you?
Yeah, Pele Inspire.
Yeah. And Steven. Hey, Steven. How you doing?
Thanks, Steven.
Yeah. Determined and disciplined. That's what Pele says.
Mm-hmm. You have to.
Yeah, great conversation.
You have to know where you're going, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Ify McCoy. That's the unscripted voice.
If you know love to me, okay, I see how it is. Okay. Next.
Yeah. So this is hey Joyce, how you doing? She said that's the spirit.
Is that your family?
Yes, that's my older sister.
Aw, she looks good.
Yes. Thank you for joining, for watching. Please remember to like and share this video. That's the most important thing, And Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth.
I know of her.
Yes. Great. So, Pratibha.
Okay. Yes.
What are your last words last words on this show for now, for those people who are finding it difficult to step into their greatness? Probably they have limiting beliefs. They have people around them who are telling them that they are not good enough for what they would really want to do.
Yes. So this is something that I am doing now myself, but leave that environment. Yeah. Leave that environment, because it's a paradigm. So that's where, in the bio, I said I'm shifting my paradigms, because we don't realize that we're in the same space over and over again, a cycle repeating until something hits us and keeps poking us, like Mr. Ian Harvey was saying, to really push you out and never look back. So, make a plan, write a date, right? That's what we learn. And know when you're going to leave and not look back, whatever that environment is for you, whether it's a job, home, relationship, whatever. If it's not serving you and someone's, manipulating you or making you not be your best higher self, you don't need to be around those people, because if that's where you're going, if that's where they are,
That's true.
Nasty.
That's true. Those are great points you just gave now. Now, Pratibha said, if you're in the midst of people who are not encouraging you, leave that environment. Don't have a second thought on, should I leave or should I stay? Oh, what if I leave? Who would help? Don't have a second thought. Leave that environment. Do not allow people's opinions of you become your reality. Everybody you see around you, 9 out of 10 would not buy into your vision. Leave that environment. And she said, make a plan.
Yeah.
Very important. You must have a plan, because
Yes.
things might not always go the way you want them to go. You know, a lot of people had plans for last year until the COVID-19 came. Have a
Mhm.
plan, have an exit strategy. And she said, write a date. Very
Yeah.
important. When you have a plan or a
Mhm.
goal without writing it down and having dates, realistic timelines, then it doesn't work out. So you need a date to help put your mindset in a
Mm.
different paradigm. You need something that would push you towards achieving that dream. That's where the date comes in.
Mhm.
Realistic timelines. Am I right, Pratibha?
Yes.
Great. Those are solid points. So
Yeah.
thank you
And you
so
can,
much. Yeah,
and
go
you
ahead.
can, if it doesn't happen on that date, then you can move the date, but you have to have
Date.
put in all the work until that date. And until that very minute, right? As John Tallarico says, and then you move the date. But what do you have to do now? Like you have to execute, right? So you
Yeah,
have to go in from morning to night to get that done, whatever it is. Otherwise, you're just going to keep moving the date.
that's
Like
it.
you're
That's
never gonna
it.
get it done. That means you don't really want it for yourself. You don't care about your life. Like,
Right, right. You know, and Pratibha, that's
yeah.
where accountability partners come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have plans, when you have great plans, you should hang around people with
Mm-hmm.
like-minded people who
Mm-hmm.
would be able to hold you accountable to your dreams and your goals. I know so many people who feel they don't like to talk, they don't like to say the things they want to do,
Yeah.
but it works for them though. But
Mm.
you need people to hold you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you would end up just being there and not being able to achieve your dreams. So please learn to have someone, one person, two people, a group of people who you can tell your dreams, or rather, who you can tell your vision to, like 5, 10, 15, 20, as many as possible, right? That's it. Belong to networks. Do you have any networks you would want to introduce people to, Pratibha? Soft
Oh,
mama.
well, some stuff I use is, the podcast collab group on Facebook. That's a great one, to be a guest, find a guest. Um,
Okay.
um, what network specifically? Just anything?
Yeah, okay. How can people connect with you?
Oh,
Because
connect with me. Yeah.
yeah,
So, so I have a great group on Facebook, Chai Together LLC, and that's amazing. You should join that. If you like me, I am my brand. So if you like me, then you'll like the group. And you can find me on Facebook. I am coming out with my new web pages for Chai Together, but pratibhaday.com is great for you as a start. And you can find Chai Together on YouTube. But if you Google my name, you will find me on almost every platform: Spotify, Apple, Google, radios, and LinkedIn and Instagram. Yeah. Thank
that's
you.
great. That's great. Just Google her,
Just Google me. I'm on, trust me, website, everything shows up. SEO,
Right,
SEO marketing.
right. So yeah, so pratibhaday.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram. Feel free to connect with her.
Mm-hmm.
And you could be featured on her program, Chai Together. It's an interesting one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just reach out to her and she can make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
So ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, yeah, please remember to like and share. That's all I'm asking you for. I'm not saying give us money. But for those of you, those businesses who would like to sponsor the program, you can find our contact details on the screen. Feel free to send us an email.
Yes.
Sponsorship is paramount. And if you feel you want to advertise with us, do the same thing. So I want to give some last words before we end this program today.
Mm-hmm.
Life itself is not fair. Whatever you're going through is only a phase in your life. Heraclitus said, the only constant in life is change. We're going through a pandemic right now. Same time next year, we're going to be having a different song. But if you ask me when the pandemic will be over, I don't know. Pratibha doesn't know as well. One thing we know is that it will definitely pass. So always remember that you were created on purpose for a purpose. And remember that today is the first day of the rest of your life. So go home, think about it, impact lives, and remember to stay safe. So thank you all for listening to the program. Pratibha, it was a pleasure having you in the program.
May I say one last thing?
Okay.
Yes. Don't take your life, before its time is up. That's all I want to say. Don't take your life, whether you're young or you're old. You will go naturally, whatever that is, hopefully naturally, right?
That's it.
Don't take your life. God doesn't, whatever you believe in, you're not intended to come here and go in a painful way. You want to go in a nice, natural way where you fulfilled your whole life. You've seen the bad and the good. So don't take your life, because you can always get yourself out of the situation you're in, no matter if it's domestic violence, whatever severity, abuse. You can always move. You can always, get different things you can do to get help, but you can definitely get out of it. So change will come, right? The song Change Will Come. Yeah. And lean on me. So don't take your life, because you want the world to see your smile.
That's it. And you want people to learn from your success story. By the time you get over it, by the time you get through, you would need your story to help some other persons heal themselves. So if you're finding it difficult to raise money for therapy, if you're finding it difficult to raise money to seek the kind of help that you truly want, please feel free to send us an email or a message. Buzz Pratibha Day. Send a message to Pratibha. Send a message to me.
Yeah. I want to say one free. No. I want to say one.
Go ahead.
I want to say one free resource is NAMI. I always advocate for NAMI, National Alliance for Mental Illnesses. It's free in every state. It's free. There's Catholic Charities free. I don't know if it's in every state, but they have free resources from the government, whether you're low income or whatever, free to anybody. So you can get counseling, it's free. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And we have so many people from all over the world watching this program. So in some countries, they might not be eligible for those programs.
Oh, so,
if you're from those countries that might not be eligible for the free program, send us a message.
Yeah.
We will do everything within our power to assist you. All right. So thank you all. Pratibha, it was a pleasure speaking.
I want to say one last thing. So that is my big goal for Chai Together, is to gap that in other countries, because I have people reach out from Jamaica and other places where they don't have those facilities for mental health. So that is my big, C-type goal, is how can I as an entrepreneur bridge that so other countries can have help? That's all.
That's great. That's great. Reach out. Just ask. Not until you ask, you wouldn't know. They say there's no such thing as a lack of resources. We only have lack of ideas.
Lack of network.
That's it. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Okay.
Have a great rest of your day.